Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today, where we are beginning this series titled The Journey to Confidence. When somebody talks about somebody being confident, they would either describe them as this man or woman that has this certain persona about them. But why is confidence important? It is important because it means that when you speak, everybody wants to listen to you. When you do a certain thing, everybody believes that what you've done is correct or right, and everybody else needs to emulate what it is that you've done because you're meant to be this person that knows what you're doing. The difficulty is that for people that are not confident is how do you challenge someone even though what it is that they've done is incorrect? You know this because you've got the expertise, you've got the experience. Some people are confident, and because they're confident, they're able to bluff their way through life. But for you that isn't confident, your confidence can be developed and built from the knowledge that you have. And that knowledge gives you that springboard to be able to jump out and develop that personality about yourself. When we talk of confidence, one of the things that I believe is important is seeing the person as a whole, because there have been aspects during my work where I have come in contact with people that are extremely confident in the boardroom, but when it comes to home life, they lack that confidence. I have been exposed to mothers who control a boardroom but cannot control their children. The mother becomes a child in the home, and the 5-year-old completely dominates that home, and mother is terrified to do anything to upset that child. That doesn't mean that the mother lacks confidence as a person. It just means that that mother has not developed the confidence to be able to run their home. I've also been in environments where people are extremely knowledgeable, but when it comes to presenting this knowledge to other people, colleagues and friends, they completely go into meltdown. Does that mean that person is not knowledgeable? No, it doesn't. What it does mean is that there are aspects of their personality that needs to be improved. These two areas are completely far apart from each other, but yet they have one thing in common. When we see people as individuals, then we are able to then tailor the approach to that person's needs. Is the mother lacking confidence because they're not good enough as a parent, or are they not good enough as a human? What is it that's resulted in that mother feeling so broken and so dejected that they are not able to control their child? When we identify that, we're then able to take them on that journey to improving their ability to parent. We don't need to focus on the fact that they are extremely confident as a professional, because that's not the area that needs to be developed. The area that needs to be developed is that parenting. But what we can do is use some of those skills and tailor it to the needs of that child, because they are transferable. For example, what is it that scares you the most about engaging your child? And why are you feeling so broken? In my experience of this individual, it was because they were exposed to emotional and psychological abuse within the relationship that they were in with that child's father. And when they see the child and some of the behavior that the child exhibits, it reminds them of the father. That tells me that there is some trauma involved. So undergoing therapy to be able to overcome that trauma and rebuilding your sense of self helps you to become more confident. For the individual who is extremely knowledgeable and able to perform at the highest of their ability, when they're not put in front of their colleague, what is it that's stopping them from being able to present? Is it a case of they've grown up not having that experience of presenting? Is it a case of they've been made to look as not being worthy to present to other people? Is it a case of every time they've tried to present their opinion or voice, they've been shut down, and they now feel that it is best not to do that anymore? If that's the case, what we now need to do is provide a platform for ourselves to build that confidence. We can begin by talking to ourselves in the mirror even if it's 5 minutes a day. That gives you an audience to begin with. And when you do that, you're able to talk to somebody else. When you talk to somebody else, you're able to talk to 2 people. But when you're talking to 2, 3, 4 people, what I have come to understand is rather than engage the audience, you engage the individuals. Because when you're talking to individuals, you're able to understand how much of that information that you're passing onto them, either by the way that they are nodding, smiling, or leaning in, taking it one person at a time rather than the whole audience, becomes less frightening. This journey is not one I believe is going to be attained overnight, but it's a process. If started, we can become more confident by the day. What we do not need to do is compare ourselves by the people around us. We need to compare ourselves to who we were yesterday. And when we do that, we're able to continue to put that one foot in front of the other. It becomes less frightening and even more achievable. I hope that you found this video useful today. If you like what we're all about, please like, subscribe, and also please engage in the conversation by leaving a comment below. What are your experiences? And hopefully we can all grow together. Thank you. Bye for now.